So on today's episode, we're going to correct one of the recipes from last week's video because apparently I used the wrong one. The one that I found was on Angel's Instagram, and it was apparently a recipe she tried out, and the recipe came out crumbly for her as well. So what she did is she improved on it, and by doing so she came out with these like amazing tortillas. So today we're going to be following her directions for the amazing tortillas. They're actually very floppy. We'll find out what I did wrong exactly through the whole process, because it wasn't just the wrong recipe, it was also like the actual making of the tortilla. So if you want to see how mine came out and if they came out anything as close to how floppy's hers came out, then keep on watching. This channel is for people who want to discover new ways of eating keto and want to get motivated and inspired to get into the kitchen, especially after they saw how I screwed it up. So if this is something you'd like to continue watching, then make sure to pat that subscribe button. So step 1 is use the right freaking recipe. In her recommendations, she said to use egg whites or a whole egg, and I'm gonna be actually using egg white. I cannot risk making another bad tortilla. And in her recipe, she actually has a 0 carb, 0 calorie drop that'll give you like a corn flavoring for them. So if you like a corn tortilla, like actual corn tortilla, then I'll show you at the end how you can get these drops. So mistake number 1 is using parchment paper. I shouldn't have used that. It gave me a wrinkle in the tortillas every single time I tried making them last time. So her recommendation is grease up a Ziploc bag. It makes a world of a difference. The size of my tortillas weren't, the best shape. That was because of the actual size of my tortilla maker or tortilla press. So my third mistake was I rolled it into a ball, but I didn't flatten it. My third mistake is that I also didn't place it. I just placed it in the middle. You're supposed to place it off center. I made it in the middle. It kept pushing everything all the way to the right, to the point where the tortilla was spilling out of the tortilla maker. My fourth mistake is that I didn't flatten it hard enough. Like I didn't press down on the tortilla press as hard as I should have. So I made sure to do it this time because I did want a thin tortilla. I did not want a crumbly cracker. And the trick is to get it and is to drop it as soon as you could get as close to the pan as possible. So that way it doesn't like crumple up. These are by far the best looking tortillas I've ever made. They are very pliable. Angel's tortillas look 1,000 times better than mine, for sure, but I feel like with practice I can get there, and also if I invest into a better tortilla maker. But I still love how mine came out. So to enjoy these amazing tortillas, we're gonna try to attempt to ketofy my mother-in-law's recipe for beer battered fish. Her recipe actually asks for flour, so I'm gonna replace it with almond flour. And then for the beer, I'm gonna use Premier beer, which is a low carb beer. And I'm gonna just add the seasonings as she told me to. So because I wanted to get a thick batter for them, I made sure to have more flour than beer, more liquidy, and I wanted it more thick. So that's how I kind of measured it. I don't know the actual recipe, so I just kind of gauged it because I wanted that, thick coating on the actual fish. Mistake number 1 is trying to use an air fryer because I hate dealing with oil, because up until a while ago I didn't know how to discard of oil. And I went on Instagram and I asked everybody how do you discard of oil. Basically just realized that I could be discarding my oil in marinara jars because I have a bunch of those. There were like a lot of crazy suggestions, from like running the sink with hot water and just pouring it down the drain, or by putting it in the toilet. Mistake number 2 is then trying to use a cast iron pan as a replacement because apparently they take forever to heat up. Mistake number 3 was not filling up the pan with enough oil so that the fish can actually be submerged in it. Mistake number 4, which I'm pretty sure is a mistake, but I don't know why it's a mistake or how it's a mistake, but my oil was like really dark and I'm pretty sure I burnt it, but I'm not sure how I couldn't have burned it. But I know there's a mistake somewhere. We make a quick little sauce with adobe chipotle peppers and mayo. So this is Angel's Instagram, and these are her step-by-step instructions that you can see on her story. This is the drops that I was telling you guys about in the beginning of the video. She has a code that will save you money. I'll link the code in the description as well, and I'll post the recipe for the fish tacos as well. So this is the final product. We added a little bit of coleslaw and some chili lime seasoning with a dash of lime, and we paired it with a low-carb beer. So needless to say, these were amazing. These felt like a true taco, and they paired with the fish really well. We love the tortillas and the beer battered fish. Her recipe is now our go-to recipe for tortillas. So I hope this helped those who have never made a tortilla in their life. And I want to thank Angel for taking the time to teach me and countless others how to stay keto friendly with your amazing recipes.